Okay guys, this is your B12 Nissan Sentra 1989 wheel fitment guide. I get tons of questions all the time on Instagram and in the YouTube comments. What am I doing for wheel fitment and how do I lower my car? So this is your guide. I'm gonna put all the numbers on screen. Pay attention kids, take notes. But first we're actually gonna start in the rear of the car because this is the new setup and none of you guys have seen this setup. So we'll talk about this after. I think a lot of you guys are more interested in the fancy hot boy setup anyways. Okay guys, so this is the fitment you all know the car for. This is a super static.
Hey, yep.
Okay, so what we're running here guys are some JNC wheels. These are the 0110s. These are the gunmetal face with the polished lip. These wheels are 16 by 8 wide. They are a 4x100 bolt pattern and these are a plus 20 offset. Now the offset you kind of get with these wheels are a little bit of poke past the fender line. You can camber the rear and you can also camber the front with the coilovers I'm going to show you guys in a second. But this gives you a very stancy boy setup. The tires that are on here are 195, 45, 16. So they're a single stage stretch. If you roll the fenders and camber them in, you don't get any rubbing. To get this kind of fitment in the front, which already has the new setup, you're going to need to lower the coilovers all the way. So you're going to be completely static. A result of this though is that the coilover actually bottoms out through the knuckle mount and you can rub on your CV axle boot. I'm sure you guys will see that in a second. That's why I'm actually switching to this new setup is so we don't have that anymore. But if you care more about the fitment and the look than the life of your CV axles, then this is a way to go. Okay guys, now onto the front here. This is the new setup and I am super stoked on these wheels. These will probably get an entire video all to themselves. These are Desmond Regamasters. These are the first generation of these wheels. These things are a super nice forged Japanese wheel. Beautiful, beautiful wheel. Super thin spokes. The spoke at its thinnest point goes down to 10 millimeters. The entire rolling weight with the tire and these wheels is 28 pounds and the new tires I'm putting on are actually 2 pounds lighter than this. So we'll have 26 pounds wheel and tire combo. Fantastic. This is gonna be the new fitment of the car, at least for now. This is obviously a much bigger fender gap right here, but with what we lose in stees with this fitment, we gain back in functionality. These are my pride and joy right here. So these are a 15 by 6.5 plus 45 offset. The bolt pattern again is 4x100, just like all B12 Nissan Sentras, and the tire here is a 195 50/15. So we're running a much meatier tire on this guy. We get way more sidewall. And the thing is that the rolling diameter of this setup is actually very similar to the rear because what we're losing in wheel diameter, we're actually gaining back in tire sidewall chunkiness. So up front here are Rev 9 B13 coilovers. We are no longer static. We have a spanners with a preload on the spring and we have the dampening setting of these coilovers set dead in the center. We have tons of clearance between the inner tub and the actual fender right here and to the CV axle. So this is a much nicer setup for drivability and handling. So this is what we're gonna be running for now. Okay guys, so what we have in here, like I said before, is a set of B13 Rev 9 coilovers. So from my knowledge, all B13 coilovers fit a B12. So you could go with Godspeed or you could go with BC Racing or you could get something custom, but these were the cheapest on Amazon. There'll be a link in the description. So the B13 has McPherson struts on all four corners, same as the B12. If you have a B11, I don't believe you have a McPherson strut in the rear. I believe you have a split design. So you have the spring and then you have the actual shock. The only thing you have to do is you're gonna have to make a brake line bracket. So what you'll see here is I have an unfinished piece of aluminum that we have bent and cut into a brake line. This thing still needs to be sanded and painted and finished and polished up just a little bit more, so it's to my liking, but for right now, we have routed the brake line in pretty close to the factory mounting point. Thank you to Danny for coming up with the design. My design was not that good. If you guys can't ignore the blown out axles, make sure to check out this video right here where I show you how to destroy CV axles in less than 10 minutes. Other than that, other than the CV axles and the control arms, the whole front end of this car has basically been redone, except for wheel bearings. But we have coilovers, we have new brake lines, we have new brake pads, we have a new router. The whole thing has been bled, so Everything up here is looking pretty minty if you guys ask me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope this fitment guide helps. If you guys have any questions, again, you can still leave them in the comments in the Instagram video. Just watch the video back a couple times to make sure you're not missing anything in here. All the links to everything I used will be down in the description. Make sure to check those out. That's about all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.